Hey guys, Gene here, and today we're gonna go over how funnels work. This is gonna be a comprehensive training with multiple parts to it. We're gonna go over Facebook ads. We're gonna go over funnels. We're gonna go over Facebook pixel, installing that on your funnel. We're gonna quickly go into Zapier, which is a quick tool to integrate your email alerts every time you get a new lead. And we're gonna go over quickly go over MailChimp. We're gonna go over Google Trends, which is a tool I want to show you if you're just starting out, if you don't know what product or business you want to get into, what niche. It's gonna give you a little bit of an understanding. And we're gonna quickly, quick bonus, I'll show you around Canva, which probably a lot of you know about, or maybe some of you don't. It's a really nice design tool for very basic things that can go in your funnel. Some folks will use things like Photoshop, and I use Photoshop as well. But for some basic things, for starters, I want to show you Canva. So to begin, let's talk about how funnels work in general. So, and quick introduction about me. I'm Gene Blinkoff. I've been doing online marketing, digital marketing for a couple of years. Initially, I started with doing web design. That was probably about 7 or 8 years ago when I was in school, and we were just building basic websites for companies. Like we did one for a painting company or something like that. And then back then, if you were on Google Places, which right now, I mean, it's like every business has a Google Maps, but place. But back then, that would like boost your SEO. So those are the good days. But in any case, so I've gotten to building funnels after I actually needed to build my own for my own business, for my real estate business. And I've experimented with a bunch of landing page software, with landing pages, with squeeze pages, using other tools like lead pages. And so Clickfunnels has been really the best tool for the money, for the convenience, for just the way it's made, and actually also the management of the company, which is very important, because if you want to marry a certain company and a certain framework, you want to make sure that it's in good hands. And ClickFunnels is led by Russell Brunson, who's actually I'm going to the GrowthCon 2018. He's going to be speaking there, but he's been turning down venture capital and really just building the company himself, because they're so good at sales, they're so good at building funnels. They're just they're able to raise their own money. All right, so let me just take you through a quick walkthrough of what funnels are, and how, at least how I see it, my experience with them, and my vision of how a funnel is supposed to work. So the sales funnel experience for your customer, for your prospect, begins with Facebook ads. And there are other ways you can drive traffic. You can nowadays you can drive traffic depending on your industry, on your niche. You can drive traffic in some free places too, such as if you're in a real estate niche and you're looking for cash buyers, you can actually go right on Craigslist and post a link to your funnel. And there are some other free tools available, but kind of a universal one is Facebook ads, because everybody's on Facebook, maybe except for the very young generation. The 14, 15-year-olds right now are not on Facebook as much. They use other platforms. but most of the folks that are in their 20s and their 30s, and actually the older folks, most of them are on Facebook. So you start with Facebook ads, and this is the guru here, the Facebook ads guru. This is you. You're building ads in Facebook, and you're targeting a certain audience, right? So you're targeting, let's say, a wide audience of folks. You're targeting by age, by gender, by some, you're trying to target folks by their interests that have to do with your niche, and you're testing those ads. The folks are seeing these ads, and as you're testing the ads, you're doing a lot of A/B testing, and it's actually very, very important to succeed with Facebook ads. You really need discipline with A/B testing, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. At this point, different folks are seeing your ads, and some of them click and end up on your landing page, right? So there's these little helicopter landing pads. Landing page will usually have, the landing page is actually built in Clickfunnels, and this has, sometimes you will have a video there where you talk about the product or you're offering. Sometimes you'll have maybe an explainer video. Sometimes you'll just have sales copy. All kinds of different ways of doing this, and I'm going to show you some examples of the funnels that I'm using or funnels that I've built. And after the landing page, which on the landing page a lot of times, and this is where it's kind of, it depends on the market, but landing pages are also called squeeze pages because you're squeezing the email out of the person that you're marketing to, okay? So you're offering some sort of a free item. Let's say you're offering a free report on something, or you're offering let's say you're offering something like a free quote, or you're offering a 15-minute consultation, whatever it may be. But to get the email out of these folks is very important, because then you're building your email list. It may be even more than just the email. You may be able to, if your free offer is good enough, is valuable enough, you can actually probably include you can get the phone number as well, right? So, and the reason why people are collecting emails, and I just want to make sure that folks understand it, won't take assumptions here, is that emails are worth quite a bit in the marketing world, just because once you have somebody's email, and if they actually open that email and they read that specific email account, that inbox, you can essentially email them for a year, and they'll get emails from you for, they'll get 7 or 8 emails from you, and eventually they're gonna consider what you have. You're gonna deliver some value in these emails, and then once in a while you're gonna ask them to purchase something from you. So, whether you're emailing 10 people or you're emailing 10,000 people, it takes the same amount of effort, right? So that's why it's very important to have to build your email list from early on, right? So once they've gotten whatever the free thing is, and that's this little sheet here that signifies this. Once they've got this free thing, they're moving further in the funnel. Once they had something free, you send them to like a confirmation or a thank you page, where you're actually offering them something else. And at this point, this something else is much more valuable than the free thing. And you're actually, sometimes you're going to charge them money for it. It could be, and it could be a product that you're charging money for. And you can do that with Clickfunnels right away. You could get a purchase right from the funnel. You can integrate it with your Stripe account and get paid right there. It could be a consultation that they're booking with you, right? If it's really hard to close somebody right away, and it is pretty hard to close cold traffic on something that they haven't seen before, unless it's very, very compelling, right? So it could be consultation. It all depends on your business, and it all depends on the offer. So just be kind of a be a smart marketer, and understand your market. Don't be in the clouds about what you think they're gonna buy or what you wish they're gonna buy. You have to be realistic, but also one way to get really realistic is to test the reality, to test the box that you're placed in, right? To test the actual market. So once they're at a main offer, they could choose to purchase it, and if they purchase it, and this is something Russell Brunson taught me, and this is if a buyer is buying, if they're in heat, as he says, they're gonna keep buying. So you better have something once they bought this main offer. You better have another one. You better have something else that's of value to them that they're gonna pick up as well. Let's say somebody discovers me, Gene, and they're really hot about Clickfunnels. They really need a sales funnel for their business, and they don't have freaking time to study it from a bunch of multiple sources that are, maybe obviously you could study a bunch of things on YouTube and do pretty well. But it took me personally, it took me months. It took me months of learning, months of testing different strategies, months of talking to people. And once you go with a trusted mentor, it's really it cuts the time by a lot, and that's why I won't say there's every coaching program that you'll see is going to be as valuable as the next one, but if it's somebody that's really good, they're gonna cut the time that you learn something fast, as long as you take the knowledge and apply it. So upsell, right? And OTO means one-time offer. So you're upselling them on whatever the second offer is, right? And then let's say they didn't buy the main offer, or they didn't opt in for the main offer, and they're like, oh, no, thank you. All right. So there are ways that you can build in a downsell, which is something that is of a smaller price, probably of a smaller value, but of course means less commitment. And downsells are very, very popular. Russell Brunson is a huge, I guess he's a huge advocate of this. So if they don't get a main offer, you go and send them to a downsell, which is a cheaper thing. Let's say you're selling, let's say maybe Grant Cardone is selling 5 of his books. So that's the main offer, right? For $100, let's say. They're like, no, thank you. I don't want to upgrade it. I just want my free report, right? And then you go like, all right, well, you don't want the 5 books, just get the 10x book, okay? And then the 10x book, they're willing to pay for it, and you charge like $20 for it, right? So that's a downsell, all right? And you can structure it in multiple ways, but that's the gist of it. And next step is, and this step kind of happens actually when they land right on the landing page, is these folks that are going to your funnel, you're installing what's called Facebook Pixel on their browser. And Facebook Pixel is really a small piece of code that you install in the funnel. And don't be intimidated by the word code, but this is essentially a browser cookie, which is just a small file that's placed in your browser cache that is then able to marry that person's Facebook account and the fact that they were on your page. Facebook records that information, right? And then you're able to target in Facebook. So if here you're targeting a whole bunch of wide array of people, here at this point, once you've pixeled these people, you can target them specifically in Facebook, which is called retargeting. You can target them with ads and you're paying much less, because you're not paying to reach 500,000 people. You're paying to reach only your audience, and not only that audience is narrow, that audience is already kind of warmed up. They're not cold traffic. They're been warmed up. They know your brand. They've experienced your brand before. They've been in your funnel. Maybe they felt broke at the time. Maybe they didn't feel like they're committed at the time. Hell, maybe they were in a subway and they were like, man, I can't type in my card number. There's a bunch of people around me, right? And the freaking bus or the metro car is moving and I can't buy it right now. And then it's not like they're gonna be like, oh my god, let me record this and make a reminder and get back to this later. No, but when you hit them with retargeting ads, you're like, and you could set it up. When you're creating Facebook ads for your custom audience that's been on your website, you already know that it's people that have been to your site. So you can structure the ad in a way that says, hey, I am uh, getting, I'm like, hey, what happened, right? And you probably seen me before in your feed, like, hey, what happened? Why don't you complete the transaction? Like, don't you want to like upgrade your lifestyle? If it's GC, if it's Cardone, like with his books, like, don't you want to learn about sales, right? Or don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do this? Because you know, the sales game is selling products is, the way I see it is people could be, and this is just my general outlook on sales that I kind of had to adopt because I didn't always think like this. I used to, oh my God, sales folks are so annoying. They always try to push you stuff. But if you think about it, we could have been living in the Stone Age for up until now and had no progress and used the same products that we're using in the Stone Age and stuff like that. Life is still going to go on and people are going to use new products and they actually do make it kind of fun. I just told my Alexa to freaking turn on the heat in my living room. Alexa, turn the living room to 68. Oh, it's in eco mode. All right. So anyway, I guess that little trick didn't work, but you get the point. Sales is about getting new products into the hands of the people to hopefully enhance their life, to make their life more interesting, because life is interesting, right? And life with old products and just using the same things over and over is not as interesting. That's the simple thing. Like, you don't have to feel like you're pushing somebody some product that they don't need. They probably need it if you think that they do. Okay, so this is a general summary of how a sales funnel works with Facebook ads, Clickfunnels, and retargeting. So one thing that actually, well, we'll get to this later. Why don't we jump into Facebook ads? So we're gonna go to one of my Facebook ads accounts and just take a look at some ads, and I'll give you a general gist of what Facebook ads actually uh, what they are. And once you're in the Facebook Ads Manager, or you can set up what's called a Business Manager, just go to business.facebook.com. There are 3 levels to ads, right? So there's the whole account overview, and then there's campaigns, and then there's ad sets, and then there's ads. So a campaign is like a parent level, ad set is within a campaign, and ads are a level deeper into that. So that's the actual ad. So the campaign will be simply like a placeholder for the whole campaign, and that's why you want to always name it with what, like a relevant thing, that what it is. Then the ad set is really where you set your targeting for your audience, and you set your budget and you set your timing. And then the ad itself is where you set up the ad image or the ad video, the ad copy, and and the link that you actually want to include. And so those are the 3 levels of Facebook ads. And you can customize these different statistics here. And eventually, once you test your ads, this is going to be extremely important for you to use these different results, because if you think that some ad is gonna go viral and you're gonna everybody's gonna start sharing it and just go crazy about your ad, that might happen, but you can't bank on that. That would be like going to Vegas and not knowing how to play blackjack and expecting to win $10,000 your first night playing blackjack. Okay, so you need a disciplined approach. You need a strategy. And one such strategy is, and this strategy is kind of overarching. One strategy is called A/B testing. So A/B testing is simply testing different ads, but testing them step by step. Okay, so if we take a look at a couple of these ads right here, right? So we're testing, one ad is going to be, so this is an ad for motivated home sellers, right? So folks that are motivated to sell their house. And we've got a version of the sales copy here, right? And then we've got an image, and then we've got a link, and we've got a headline. Think of all those as variables that you can tinker with A/B testing. Okay, so the next ad, if I go to the next ad, is going to be a little bit different, and like the title is going to be different, or it goes to a, the copy is like, even simple things like, here in some ads here I had job transfer as the first thing, and some of them I had divorce here as the first thing, right? As the thing that people read first, because you got to understand, people that are browsing Facebook, they are browsing it for fun. They're browsing it to catch up on some cool videos. They're not going there to the business. They're not going there to sell their house. So you really got to make sure that something resonates with them, with the specific people you're targeting, that it actually makes them want to click, right? So what you want to do is, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in hearing more about this disciplined approach of testing, because I'm going to be sharing more content, and I'm actually going to be sharing like a framework for you to track these things. So go ahead and subscribe. And with some of these ads, it's going to be, you're testing, that ad had an image, this ad has a video. So you're going to test that as well. And essentially, you'll test like 10 different ads, and you'll set a very small budget for each one, and then you'll see which ad does better, okay? So you'll see here, it has a relevance score, which really, very simply, all this is how many people are clicking on your ad, compared to how many people actually saw it, actually scrolled by it. And eventually you'll have a relevance score, and some of them will be, it's up to 10. Some of them will be lower, some of them will be higher. And there's a lot of features in Facebook ads, and it's probably not possible to go into them in one video, but like I said, I will be going into this deeper. And another thing I want to say is, you got to just place some $5 ads and start practicing. If you want to do this stuff yourself, if you don't want to outsource it, just got to start practicing. So that's that with Facebook ads. And you can also create what's called a rule. You can create a rule that says, if my cost per click, let's say some ad is not doing well. Let's say that the ad copy is confusing, and it doesn't engage people to want to click. And I want to say, actually, one thing about that is, you want to have a clear call to action in each one step of your funnel. In the Facebook ad, the call to action is just one call to action. Click this ad, or download this report. One call to action. Don't say like, oh, call us, or do this, or do that. And I've actually made that mistake before too. One clear call to action, right? In each step of the funnel. Don't confuse them. Don't give them too much choice. This is part of the problem with huge websites that have like all these tabs, that have all this stuff to browse around, and you're like, well, should I? And it will say something like, messages on Facebook. Oh, or fill out this contact form, or message DM us on Instagram. And you sit there and think, you're like, what's better? Like, what's faster? And then you're like, it's evening. I have this decision fatigue. You know what? Maybe I'll make a decision later. It seems kind of hard. All right, make the decision easy. Like, make the decision clear. You're a salesperson. Walk them through the process. I compare funnels when I tell people first about what a funnel is and how it's different from a site. I say that it's, a website is like you walking into a big room. You're walking into a big store, and you're walking in and the sales attendant is texting, right? They're just sitting there texting. They're not talking to you. You're free to roam, look around at the merchandise, and leave. Okay. Think of a funnel as a very narrow hallway in a store where a salesman is walking you through in person through different options, and when they sense that it's time to make an offer and see if they want to buy or not, they make that offer. They're not sitting there texting. So that's what a funnel does for you, okay? So back to this is you can set rules that will turn off your ads if they're not doing well. If the cost per click, let's say, is larger than $1, which I think is bad, and it also depends on industry. In like apparel industry, like t-shirts, clothing, cost per click is the lowest, for example. I think it's on average like 40 or 50 cents or 60 cents. Some of the, if it's a very high ticket item and people know that, like if it's a diamond ring, or if it's an Aston Martin, or if it's a Maserati. I was reading about Maserati ad campaign the other day. The cost per click is going to be higher. But the ticket item, I mean, if they sell a Maserati from 1,000 people clicking on it, 1,000 people clicking on it is going to cost them probably like $1,000. Somebody buys a Maserati, I'm sure they're making 20, 30, 40K on that Maserati. So you see the point. All right, so you can set up rules that automatically shut off ads based on performance. There's no lack of features here. All right, the lack that people have is lack of patience in figuring this stuff out if they want to do it themselves. Okay, so let's move on from Facebook ads. And actually, well, let's actually touch a little bit on targeting. Okay, your initial targeting is going to be very important, and you also want to take a disciplined approach. You want to test. You want to just pick one audience and you want to start wide. You want to start at least 500,000 people, and you want to keep that same audience across different ads. You want to test the ads first, and then test the ad copy, test ad image, test the ad call to action, test those things with the same audience, see what performs better. Then, once you figure out which ad works best, keep that ad and start playing with the audience. Okay, so here you can see I have very, very simple audience. It's just the two regions that I'm wholesaling in, right? And then the age, and then I'm only doing men because my assumption is that within a household, only one person will be making a decision, or one person is enough for to hear about us, right? So it's one household. They can tell the other person, but there's no shortage of different targeting options, right? So you have homeowners, you have things like, and Facebook has suggestions. Don't be lazy. Don't just go with the suggestions. Actually go and browse the different things that are available. And some things won't be neither in suggestions, neither in browse. And those things you'll have to type in. And there's a tool that's called custom like audience research and audience insights, and you can actually research what different things people like. But so I could get someone that likes Zillow, right? Like this likes the Zillow page, right? And that's going to add to the targeting. That's actually going to increase it. If you see, if it was 600,000 people before, now it's 640,000 people. Okay. So, and some of these will overlap. Like if I remove homeowners, it's not going to be 40,000. It's actually going to be, yeah, you see, so about 100,000 of people that are homeowners overlap with the audience that likes Zillow. Okay, and I will say interest targeting is a little cheaper to get clicks than the demographics and behaviors targeting, just because Facebook has to pay people for that data, right? So, like, let's say you have a, you're looking for somebody that's in market to buy a car, right? So you can do that, like used car. Yes, it's published. So, like, if they're in market for a SUV, mid-size car, this is, and Facebook buys this data from other sources that actually, it's not just all based on likes. They actually buy it from other sources. Okay, so that's that. That's basics on audiences, and I'll go into Facebook Pixel later and talk about custom audiences. Okay. So let me get out of here, don't save. All right, so now let's go to the funnel, the actual funnel, my favorite part, because I absolutely love this software. It's freaking amazing. All right, so funnels. Once you sign up for Clickfunnels, this is pretty much the view that you're taken to, only you'll have an empty list here. And let's go into one of the funnels and just quickly take a look at what a funnel is. Let's go into my wholesaling funnel. Okay, so this is a funnel for my real estate business where I'm essentially I look for properties to buy, and then I I make a deal, I make an offer, and then I resell them, or I work with my partners and do a flip. Various strategies there. So this is a funnel, and it's got 3 steps. It's a 3-step funnel, and the first step is an opt-in. So let's just go and experience this funnel from the browser, right? So any house, New England house cash buyers, okay? So they get to the funnel, they play the video, and you can set it on autoplay. Um, I don't recommend it. I don't like when videos autoplay personally, so so that's me talking about the value proposition, and then I tell them to click the link. They click the link, that pops up a thingy with whatever. Enter your phone, enter your email, and then click get my offer. We capture that email, record it, and then we give them another form with a bunch more information that we're asking them for that will help us determine what their house situation is. Even if they don't get to this step, I've already got their phone number, their email, and I can email them, I can hit them up. And even if they didn't leave anything here, any information, I still got a piece of their information. Because I'm using Facebook Pixel on the site, and thus I am now able to retarget them with ads on Facebook because they simply loaded up this page. All right. So this funnel, I actually, so yeah, so this funnel, and this is how simple it is to customize it. All right. So I could pretty much do whatever I want here. I'm not going to save my changes here, but funnels are, and this is what I say about technology. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Let me just exit out of here. Yeah, leave. Technology is meant to make things easier for people. So anyone that's going to tell you that it's super difficult to build a funnel, at least a simple funnel, it could be difficult to some people. That's really, building an actual funnel is not a huge problem, right? It does take skill. It does take a certain level of skill. I just want to encourage those folks that do stuff themselves to actually try and build it themselves. But it does take some skill to build it. You gotta figure out all the different features here, the sections. So sections kind of make the layout, and then sections have rows, and then you add columns into rows if you want, or you add elements. And elements are just these pieces of content, headlines, images, videos, audio player, input fields, different like progress bars, countdown timers. If you ever get to a page and there's a countdown timer, it's probably, it could be a ClickFunnels page, social buttons, all this stuff. And here it's just kind of, different countdown timers, stuff like that. And you can actually build custom code. In fact, I had this on the next page here of this funnel. There's actually no, it's right here. This thing here is built with custom code. It's like a table, so you can do a bunch of stuff here. All right, so where really I think most of the effort goes into is, and sometimes you will, depending on your industry, you may have to build a really nice funnel. Like if I'm building a funnel for a luxury goods merchandiser or a luxury store or some kind of a very high ticket item, obviously I'm gonna really work hard to build a nice funnel, okay? Because people expect a certain kind of experience, and you want to give them an experience with your brand that they'll remember about. It's their first interaction with your brand a lot of times. So you want to really shine in some of these cases. The point I'm making is that some of these niches are not that difficult to build a funnel. What's probably more difficult is figuring out what funnels works the best. Okay, so with ClickFunnels, you can easily A/B test. So you can create a variation of your funnel, and as you see, they're a little bit different. This one I think is a little more mobile friendly than this one. Okay, and you can test different ones, and you have to monitor the testing. You have to monitor the results on which funnel does better. So that's and you have to be very disciplined to only change very little at each time. You don't want to test completely. I'm actually probably I need to revisit this. I'm probably testing too many factors here because you see the logo is in a different place, the headline's different. Just testing too many things at once, right? So it's that testing discipline and patience that comes into play. That's very, very important. And this is, I would say, this is motivated home sellers. These are folks that are looking to sell their house. It could be in disrepair. It could be that they inherited the house. So they're not always going to be, looking for like a luxurious experience. In fact, if you show them that you're like a luxury guy, they might, that for some people they're like, oh, overhead. I'm going to be paying for that overhead. At least, I mean, that's kind of how I think sometimes. So all depends on your market, okay? All right, so let me go into and show you one very, very ridiculously simple funnel. And this is a story that I love because what happened here is actually, oh, no, wrong one. What happened here is I became a part of, I joined the Grant Cardone mentoring program where he personally mentored a group of folks. It is over internet, of course. And he has a call every week. And there was the moment I got on the call, I saw that there's a chat box where all the 600 or so folks that are in the program are chatting. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? And I saw people are like sharing their Facebook page, like, oh, go like me on Facebook, this and that. I'm like, you know what? All right, that's not very compelling for me to go like someone's Facebook page. I have to, like, what do I have to do with them? Like, what am I getting from that? Out of just being extra polite. And the more, I mean, the more people are careful with their time, the more people are up the ladder of relative success, is the more likely, the less likely they're going to go and just like your freaking page for no reason, okay? Especially since they know that they're going to be hit up with your ads after that. So you got to offer something, all right? You got to offer something of value. And so I thought about it. I'm like, what could I offer? What could I offer to these people? Like, and I had to think quick, right? I had to think on my feet. And I figured, you know what? Let me just go and offer them to send call notes after each mentoring call. The mentoring call is about an hour. If somebody ever misses a call, they'll get these notes. And these notes are the notes that I take are pretty comprehensive, and I format them a little bit so they look a little more readable, faster consumable. They have really nice spacing. So I figured, let me do that. And because I build funnels, I'm like, let me build a quick funnel right now, right while I'm on this call. All right. And so what I did is I spun up this funnel within minutes. Obviously, you see it's super simple. I mean, what is there to do? I added a section. Right? I added a section. I just dragged it over here, added a section. Then I added a row. All right, added a row. Then I added elements. I added a headline. Added a. What else did I add? Input fields, right? Input field. You then quickly set it to email type. That way, ClickFunnels will actually validate if they're entering an email or if there's like blah, blah, blah. But obviously, if they want to receive notes, they'll want to enter their email. That's why you want to think about what's your offer, right? Are they just going to like take your offer and run? or are they going to want to be staying in touch with you? And that's where just being a good businessman comes into play, because then you're offering something that's of value to them. They're not going to want to screw you. They're going to want to work with you, right? So it's kind of just back to basics. And then you just add a button, all right? Add element, you add a button, okay? So you add a button, and you can edit all this stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to bother with now. Button Benjamin. All right. So super easy, guys. All right. So then I click. You set the call to what the action is going to be. In my case, it's submit order, submit form. You could technically you could set up a pop-up that will pop up with whatever. Let's say if you want to do like a coupon, you could make it pop up with a coupon value, the coupon that they should use in your e-commerce store or whatever. So super insanely simple, right? So I did that. Then I went, and because I didn't want it to be like a ClickFunnels generic link, which you can do all this stuff without buying domain names. It's just you're gonna have this .clickfunnels at the end, which doesn't look as professional. So I went and into domains, quickly got a domain, 10xambassadors.com, cost me $20, right? Cost me $20. Set it up quickly. Took about a minute for that to refresh, for DNS settings to work. And if you do buy your domain through like GoDaddy, you do have to make a couple of adjustments there in the DNS settings. Very simple. There's an article online on how to do it. Super simple. But you can also buy domains with ClickFunnels, and they actually give you your first domain, first.com domain for free. Okay. Unless you're trying to get something like games.com and that domain's cost $100,000, right? Then it's just going to show up as not available. But check out the results on this funnel. There was 600 people in that coaching program. I got 200 contacts over the course of, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes across the 2 calls, right? Nuts, insane. Conversion rate, 90%. Crazy, unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, so would I have been able to do this without funnels, without ClickFunnels, in the same amount of time? No, I would have had to go and wait for the next call. And that's just one use case where ClickFunnels shine. And honestly, I mean, it's rare that a software does so much for so many people. And this is just that freaking case. And I hope Russell Brunson keeps running the company, because, hey, this is a pretty great software. Okay, so let's go real quick. You can download all these contacts, or you can also integrate this with MailChimp, right? So ClickFunnels has a few integrations, and you go ClickFunnels integration. So you see I have MailChimp here. It's quite simple to set up. You just take the API key from MailChimp, you go to MailChimp settings, you set up the API key, you generate it, and then you paste it here. And there's a bunch of guides online on that as well. So very, very simple. And then another thing that's very, very nice in ClickFunnels is when you go to the settings of the funnel, you can set up Zapier, okay? And Zapier can do a bunch of things for you. So it can send Gmail messages when contacts are added to ClickFunnels, send email notifications, add or update MailChimp, add or update ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign and MailChimp are pretty much the same thing, just different vendors. Add new ClickFunnels orders to Google Sheets. This is crazy. Like you could do so much, right? Add new Trello cards. Just crazy stuff. So much stuff. So you can set this up to where Zapier will essentially send you an email to your Gmail or to your email of choice every time somebody's added to your funnel. So let's say it's something important, like you got to jump on a hot lead and call them right away. Like for my wholesaling real estate business, I want to call them right away while they're hot, while they're thinking about selling their home, and I want to give them the options that they have before they change their mind, right? So I've set that one up, that where if I get a lead, it emails me right away. All right, so, and there's a bunch of different Zaps. all kinds of them. You can add things to CRM. You can send SMS messages, so like text messages when you get a lead. All kinds of stuff, right? And they do have a limit. And I'm actually still, I think I'm still on the trial. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm on a trial because I used a different account. But you can have a limit. Oh no, that what happens is once you're not on a trial, if you get to a certain level of contacts, I think you have to upgrade. So I think I'm on the trial for the upgrade but that's a good problem to have, right? If you get too many contacts, I mean, you're getting leads, you're getting emails, you're collecting emails, this and that. That's good for you, right? So these people understand how business works and they let you grow with them. Same with Mailchimp. All right. So this is Mailchimp. Um, it's very simple software. You create email campaigns. You build, so you upload a list of emails, and then you simply craft an email. You craft the email. You space it out. You leave a little bit of a bio if you want at the bottom, and it will always include sort of a like a mailing address and like ways to unsubscribe, because legally you have to provide a way to unsubscribe from your list. And also, if you're using the free version, I think, which I am, I'm using the free version, they'll also have a MailChimp badge here, so that if somebody clicks on it, it's like an affiliate thing, and you'll get like a, I don't know, $30 coupon or something. It's called Monkey Rewards, because MailChimp is a monkey. It's a chimp. All right. Okay. So that's MailChimp. All right. What? Let's go to the next thing. All right. So we went over MailChimp. We went over Funnels. We went over Zapier. Let's check out Facebook Pixel. Okay. So that thing that I was talking about, where anybody that lands on your page ends up getting pixeled. Okay. Um, Gets a little cookie in their browser. And the way I just like to describe it is like, imagine somebody goes to a Home Depot and they go and uh, get a, let's say they buy, they go in the store, they don't buy anything, but let's pretend for a moment that if you were a Home Depot store owner, you could place a little bug on that person, and once they left the store, that bug was able to send them ads about your deals at Home Depot. Like, imagine that. That's what Facebook Pixel does, just online. Okay, so Facebook Pixel is in your Facebook Business Manager, and you can go to Pixels. Okay, and you can set up per 10 pixels, up to 10 pixels per your Business Manager account. And Facebook is being extremely slow. What the hell? Go to my pixels. Who's got my pixel? Let's see what's going on here. Why is it being so slow? Yeah, Facebook Ads Manager is, I don't know. I mean, I love Facebook ads, but the software is like, sometimes you wonder, with all the billions of dollars they have, how is it so rusty? Alright, there we go. Data sources, aka pixels. Okay, so these are the different pixels that I have for the different businesses and the different websites that I have set up. And I think I have more here. So yeah, it's very simple to get a pixel generated. The way you do it is, and these are like the different visitors, right? Different visitors to your site, different pixel events. So if a pixel, it's called pixel is firing when somebody visits that specific site. Okay, so, and you can even set it up to where a pixel will only be generated for a page view, so when they simply land it, and then another part of the pixel will actually know when somebody's added something to cart. So you can actually target people, only the people that added something to cart but didn't check out, right? It's crazy. So your ad could say, hey, there's stuff in your checkout, buddy. Go get it. It's yours. We're gonna delete it in 2 days, and that promo will be gone. So what you do is you do add data source, And see, I ran out of pixels in this account. So let's go back to this one. I think I ran out of pixels in this account too because I'm hustling, guys. All right, so Facebook pixel. What you can do, I actually have a couple here that I haven't used yet. So you can, once you have clicked create pixel, it's gonna show up here, and then you click set up pixel, and then you click manually install the code. You click this, it actually copies it to your clipboard. Copied, you go back to your funnel, and you could do it actually in a couple places. You can do it here in the funnel settings, head tracking code, boom, pixel is there. Now anybody that goes to your site is getting pixeled, okay? So, and you want to do it in each single funnel step. You want to have that installed, right? So for this one with the 10x mentoring, you know what, I'm actually glad I'm in here because I'm now realizing, because I was in a hurry that day to get this funnel going, I don't think I installed a pixel on it. Yeah, I did not. So that's good to know. But I'm not planning to use this funnel much anymore because I already got the people that were interested, the 200 people that I'm sending notes to. You know, they already opted in. If you're listening, you might be one of them actually. And I appreciate you, man, or gal. So let's go next. So we covered pixel. Now let me just show you real quick custom audiences in Facebook. So audiences that you're building from your pixel. So in Facebook, you can build an audience based on people. Let's say you want to target people that have visited your page, or you want to target people that have visited your Facebook page or liked your Facebook page, right? So different things, but let's say create audience, custom audience. Okay, so a bunch of different ways to do things. If you have a large CRM file with emails and phone numbers, upload that. Facebook will try to match it up to people's Facebook accounts. And then you can serve them up ads. Because you know the second sale is very important. If you sold something to somebody before, they are so much more likely to buy something from you. You have no idea. Like if I went broke tomorrow, I would go to my past customers, right? And just do and perform services for them because they already know me. They already know the quality of work I deliver. We've already done business. We like each other. Like it makes sense. So if you have a CRM, you better be uploading a customer file here, right? So next one, website traffic. So this is the same thing. This is the pixel stuff. People that have visited a specific page with a specific pixel, right? And there's other stuff here. Apps or games. I don't do this, any of this. This offline activity, interacting with your business in store by phone or through the offline channels. I actually don't use this, but I do want to look into it more. And then engagement, people that liked your page, liked your content, liked your Instagram posts, stuff like that. And you have to understand that Instagram and Facebook are really like the same thing, almost, with different faces, because they're both owned by Facebook. So website traffic, right? And then you pick whichever pixel you want to do, right? And I've already got a Airspace Today audience, so I'm not going to do this. But then you see like, yeah, 300 visitors of Airspace Today. It's one of the startups I'm working on. It's got 300 people that it was able to match up. And actually, Airspace Today has much more visitors, but only 300 people actually was able to match them up with Facebook folks or Facebook folks' Facebook accounts. Next thing, lookalike audience. So this is, let's say it's people that visited my Airspace Today business page. This lookalike audience is people that Facebook thinks are similar in some different traits to these people, okay? So whether they're like have the same interests or same profile, I mean, Facebook is pretty much a data company. So they're gonna target people with the same profile that the people that visited your stuff. So you can create an audience too, and then you can use this in your ad set when you're creating a campaign to specifically target only those people. Okay. All right. So that's Pixel. We talk about Pixel. We talk about Mailchimp. Let me just, before we start wrapping up here, let me just quickly show you a couple of tools that I think are really cool. One of them is Google Trends, and Google Trends is it's like a hidden gem. I heard Neil Patel talk about it. I follow Neil Patel on a lot of SEO stuff, and actually, speaking of SEO, every page of your funnel, you still want to have your content be really nice and informative as far as your text and your sales copy. Should be keyword rich and all that stuff. But there is SEO settings in each of the funnels. So you see, even though I had like 5 minutes to do this, I still like put some good keywords in here in the SEO, and then there's a title, description, what it would look like if somebody would go to the site, find it in Google. But a lot of SEO is still very much based on backlinks and how many people, how many different sites are linking to your site, to your funnel, to your domain. So if you have friends with businesses and you can do like a blog post together where they can post your website close to the top of the page in their blog post, like about you guys doing some business at some point, and their website is high ranking, guess what? You're going to get ranked by Google higher because you have a referral from somebody else. It works like referrals in real life. SEO works just like business in real life. Google is that good at it, where they know if the more people talk about you and refer to you on their page, says a lot to them, and they serve you up higher in Google search results, right? So Google Trends, let's say, that's my favorite way to describe it. So let's say we want to do cats, and this is on a scale 0 to 100 in different countries, how many people are searching for cats, right? It doesn't really give you much. When it starts playing a real difference is when you type in something to compare it with, and now you can see how much more people search about dogs than cats, right? Some of you are like, what the hell do I give a shit about dogs and cats, man? Well, let's say you want to sell something, right? And you're thinking like, well, what should I sell? Like what should I be selling? So you could go and you could be like cat furniture, right? You could buy this stuff and resell it on your online store, right? This is the search results, and then you can be like dog furniture. Okay, oh wow, very similar results. Very cool, interesting. Let's pick another one. Let's pick. Let's say you're trying to decide whether you want to sell a yoga mats, or if you want to, let's say you want to sell exercise balls. Is that even a thing? Like those blow up things that you sit on, they're kind of squishy, that you can like do push-ups on when you put your legs on. I think it's called exercise ball. Anyway, if you want to sell one of those two, and you want to see which one's trending where, which one's trending more, you can do this, right? You could, if you're like, man, maybe you should sell sneakers. Obviously, sneakers have much higher demand. Man, everybody should sell sneakers. Looks like, if only Nike didn't exist. So that's Google Trends, and if you're deciding, and it's actually going to tell you like what's some of the good search queries, which for your SEO, if I want to do something like sell my house fast. Okay, and let me just get these out of there. It can tell me what are some of the high-ranking keywords for sell my house fast and where things are. Like, look at this, man. Look at this beauty. This means that in Phoenix, people are trying to sell their house quite a bit. Look at that. It's much faster than anybody else rising. See this? I mean, this is probably how people that rule the world just, they're like, what matters to the world more today? They go to Google Trends. All right, so yeah, and look at this stuff. This is just golden information. All right, so I just wanted to share this tool as a bonus with you guys. I can't believe how many people don't know about this tool. And then Canva. So Canva is very cheap subscription, and you pay kind of per object or per photo, and I'll show you in a second. So and if you see, I mean, I've used Canva a whole bunch. I've used it for this infographic too. Oh, it actually saved it. Good. So I mean, I use Canva for a whole bunch of stuff like Facebook ads or Facebook cover pages. So check it out. Create a design, and you choose which design you want. Let's say Facebook ad or Facebook post, Instagram post, Facebook cover, right? And then you simply go and search. Let's say I want to do one for cat furniture. Okay. So I mean, this is something that's okay. All kinds of stuff that you can add. And there's photos. There's illustrations, right? And the illustrations are, oh, there we go, that's a piece of cat furniture. So I could be like, this is a piece of cat furniture, and then, and I don't know anything about cat furniture. I wish I did, because I'd probably be a multi-millionaire at this point. But, we'll get there. So, you could do something like cat furniture, and then just have some like stars here, and do something like cat furniture sale, right? Change the background on this thing. Cat furniture sale. I mean, this is a Facebook cover, so you probably would have something a little different. But if you're, let's say you're running a promo on your cat fan page, you could be like, hey, cat furniture sale. 30% off, right? So, boom, your Facebook cover page for that week is done. Download, let's see how much this would cost me. $1, because some of these are premium designs. So $1 per this thing. Okay, so I mean, as you see, and you can go crazy. I build logos for people in this thing. Okay, like with this and this married with Photoshop, which is crazy. You don't even need Photoshop. I mean, if you're trying to test a business idea, just use Canva. It's amazing. All right, so that's Canva, and just a quick review of how funnels work. So Facebook ads, you test different ads, people land on a page, you squeeze their email out of them in exchange for something free, and then you offer them something else as an offer. Then if they buy it, you offer them another one-time offer, an upsell. If they don't buy it, you try to go with a downsell. You Facebook pixel them, pixelate them, fix them, and then you retarget them once again with the same ads. Okay, so like I said, it's very, very simple. And what I do is I actually send out I send out to folks that use my link to sign up for Clickfunnels. I hook you up with the Facebook ads structure, where it's essentially a checklist you can follow to keep your discipline on track when you're doing A/B testing. And actually, I provide free email support to folks that are signing up with my link. So essentially, you could email me, and if you really need it, I mean, let's just hop on a call for 10 minutes and figure out what you need as far as your funnel goes. But I do ask that you click my link, and if you do, I really appreciate it. And the reason why is because I'm a Clickfunnels affiliate, and trust me, it's you're going to be an affiliate too once you get Clickfunnels. You're automatically enrolled as an affiliate when you get Clickfunnels. And if you refer someone else, if you really like it, you can refer someone else and they become a Clickfunnels affiliate too. So if you do use my link to sign up for Clickfunnels and you're interested in one of these funnels, you want me to share them with you for free, the really cool thing about Clickfunnels is that you can actually share a funnel with somebody, and at that point what happens is so like let's say this wholesaler funnel, you could share this with another wholesaler that you know, and you could be like, hey, I got this really cool funnel, I can share it with you. All you do is you just pay for the Clickfunnels account, you sign up with my link, and I'm going to share this thing with you. And you're going to see how easy it is to do it. You just send them this freaking link. That's all you do, right? All you do, that's it. So, very simple. Like if I sent you this link right now, after you sign up with my link for Clickfunnels in the description, you're going to get this funnel. And you can tinker with it, you can use it. Send me a note if you want a guide. I have a guide that will tell you exactly what to change to make it customized for yours, and you can use that. You can reuse that guide if you want to resell or like be an affiliate and refer someone else to Clickfunnels. You can send them the same guide. I don't care. If it helps you get that commission, it's 40% or 38% commission. So let's say if I'm paying $99, and Clickfunnels has what's called Actionetics and Backpack. And Actionetics is a email responder, just like email campaign responder, email campaign management tool, just like the MailChimp. And then Backpack is their affiliate program, which affiliate program builder. So if you have a product that you want affiliates to resell, you use Backpack for that. And the whole suite costs $300, all right? But I'm just paying the $99 per month, and let's say whoever referred me to Clickfunnels is getting $38 from that every month, just because they were an affiliate. And I don't think they would have such a high commission if Russell Brunson, ran it like a company, like if he gave out equity to VCs, to venture capitalists, instead of running the company the way he's been doing it, right? So, guys, I really appreciate your time. I hope you learned a lot. I know it's a lot to take in. Hope you post in the comments any of your questions. And like I said, if you do sign up for Clickfunnels for the 14th day free trial of Clickfunnels with my link, I share lots more love because obviously you're helping me out. I'm gonna help you out become successful with Clickfunnels. All right, so let's have that partnership going, and I really appreciate it. This is Gene, Generous Marketing, and I'll catch you in later videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell if you use post notifications, and I will see you shortly. Crush it. Have a great day, great week, and good luck with your business. All right? See you soon, guys.